Okay, well apparently I'm speaking, because my two stalkers, they know everything I've got to say because they follow me everywhere. I think one of the easiest things to do is just explain what happened on Goodeth. As we know, it was sold to a debt management company, and what I heard was that they weren't going to do anything with the site at all. Everything was going to be allowed to run as it was. And then early January, a whole section disappeared, with the health section, free energy and all that all vanished. Now, I've got the same amount of being able to contact them as you have, so I sent a private message to get out of debt free, who is the message to the actual site. A week passed and no response. I sent another one asking them what's going on. Another week passes and no response. Then I decide, well, if they're going to start this, they said they weren't going to change anything and they started to change things straight away. So I decided to tell people that it had been sold, because they asked me not to say anything because, well, they didn't want people knowing that it had been sold to a debt management company. Now on the 12th of January, which was the date that I got banned, and I pointed out to everyone that it was a guy called Not Funny that is part of the company that's bought it. And the reason I say that is, according to him, he joined on the 12th, he made 3 posts that I saw. He's very foul now, I can see that. And one of his first posts was that I'd left because I wanted sympathy from everyone. Now, if you think about that by itself, why would I tell someone that had just come on the site that day that I'm leaving and no one else? Unfortunately for them, I'd already notified the mods a few days earlier saying I was leaving at the weekend anyway, because it clearly wasn't going to be left as it had been. So then comes the 12th of January, and I find out I'm banned, and I go on and I see Not Funny's post saying that I've left. And so I told everyone that he works for the company that's bought it, and the reason I say that is, how would he possibly know that I'd left the site before I'd even know that I'd left the site? Well, there you go. So if you do want to speak to any of them that own it, Not Funny is a guy, it's a private message, although I think now that it's been outed that he's one of them, he's probably going to disappear. One of the things you'll notice is not many people realise how much work I actually did on that site. I used to get up in the morning, and from when I got up until virtually when I went to bed at night, with breaks in between, I was on the site, keeping control of things, getting rid of trolls. After I got banned, which was about 4 o'clock on that day, the trolls all came back. Now look, that's one of the main things I did. Most of you won't, like I say, won't have known this, because I got rid of all the trolls. You could tell them what they were, you could tell they were trolls. There were some that I didn't get rid of because they hadn't stepped over the mark as such yet, but you knew they were trolls. And the reason for that is, everyone else has to read the posts and suss it out for themselves that they're trolls. So within 1 day of me being banned, they had to lock the news section down because it was being trolled to death by all the trolls that I'd banned in the past. And that's everything. If you just read through any of the posts, you can still read them, but they're now locked down. Now you can still get the letters off the site, so that's not a problem. You don't need to go and join up or anything. I have checked out to see if you join up, if it's the same as when it was run by John Woodruff and whatnot. And it's not. Now they want your home address, your postcode and everything, and I would strongly suggest you do not supply these details to them, because I've got a feeling they're going to use them to mail shop you about, use their company to get out of any debt or transfer it over. Now I'm going to keep this short because I wasn't supposed to be talking, but Aura in her wisdom decided I'm talking. So now what I've talked about, and again my followers over there know all this sort of stuff, so I'm just going to keep this a little bit briefer. But a lot may not have seen it, even though I put it out in some of my videos of late, where I'm talking about the Mandela effect. Has anyone heard of the Mandela effect? No? I know you two have. So the rest of you haven't? Okay. The Mandela effect. Now, this is just people's theory as to what's happened. And the theory goes that over in CERN, in Switzerland where they've got that Hadron Collider. They're smashing particles together, and during one of these events they've somehow fractured the space-time continuum. Yeah, it sounds like an episode from Star Trek, I know that, but things do back up this strange phenomenon. It's called the Mandela effect because many people remember Nelson Mandela dying in the 90s in prison. Whereas, I mean, I didn't remember that, but I might just not been paying attention, whereas, as far as I'm aware, he died in 2013. Other things that have changed. Now, I'm going to start with some just little things, and like I say, if I'd known I was going to talk, and I brought a little thing to remind me with me, but just thrown in the water or something. So, the forward badge on the cars, motor cars, that's changed. Does anyone know how it's changed? Yeah, but you've seen the videos. Right. The way I recall it, it's still as it is now, like a blue circle, and it has Ford in it. The way I remember it, and it has always been in my memory, was the F was like that, O-R-D. Now the F, the bottom line of the F has now got a squiggly pigtail. And if you check up on the internet, via Ford, you'll find that apparently that squiggly pigtail has always been there. It's not something they've just added. It's always been there since Ford was first invented. However, I've got pictures on the other videos. The one I did a talk over in Hull, and I provided some pictures I got off the internet for that, of how the Ford badge used to be and how it is now. Another car-related one that's changed is the VW badge. Now, the reason I know about the VW badge is I was, a few years back, I was explaining what the signs, what the badges on the cars actually meant. And they all mean something, and it's all tied into the Illuminati and sun worship and that type of thing. Well, the VW badge looks like that. Yeah, does anyone say it doesn't look like that? Okay, well that's the way I recall it anyway. Now, it's got a gap between the V and the W. Now some of you might not have paid any attention to that, but I guarantee you, it used to have no gap. It was basically two V's crossed to make three V's. And the reason I recall this is because when I was explaining about the signs on the cars and what they mean, that is actually three V's. Now V in Hebrew is actually 6. So that was actually 666. The number of the beast, so they say. Now it's got a gap between the V and the W. It's no longer 3 V's. So I like to think of it that we're on in a reality now which isn't as evil as the reality where the VW badge was like that. Now, things have changed in films as well. We've all seen, at least I'm guessing we've all seen, Snow White. So I'm going to leave this to someone that's not seen this, me to talk about this stuff before. In Snow White, when the Wicked Witch looks into the mirror, what does she say?
It's Robson.
Mirror on the wall.
Who's the fairest of us all?
That's exactly how I recall it. It's never said that, although it has. It now, and if you've got any old DVDs, videos of it, go and check them out. It now, and apparently always has said, a magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. It sounds weird because, you know, we all, you see it all the time. You ask anyone that's seen it and they will tell you it's mirror, mirror. Other things that have changed. Now, I'm sure we've all seen The Wizard of Oz. In The Wizard of Oz, when they're going after the Wicked Witch of the North or West or wherever she is, they go after her, and as I recall, I can remember them carrying one item. I just remember the Tin Man carrying an axe. I don't remember the Lion carrying anything apart from his tail from time to time. And the Straw Man wasn't carrying anything at all, as far as I can remember. Now, the Tin Man, as well as carrying an axe, has got a big wrench. big wrench this long. It was never there before. Not in my reality anyway, it might have been in yours. The cowardly lion is carrying a big butterfly net. And the straw man is now carrying a gun. A gun. These are changes that have taken place in movies and series, and it goes looking at. In fact, the visitor's mum, who's 79, was watching it just before Christmas, and it got to that point, and she called her up and says, "What's going on with this now? They never used to have a gun and a wrench and a butterfly net." Things have changed. Some of the other things that have changed. Did anyone watch The Young Ones? Yeah. Only the people that lived in the house, only them. How many people lived in the house?
4.
4. That's why I remember it. 5. There's a woman with long hair, comes down to here, looks like Cousin It. She's in it. I never seen it. She watched it all the time and she says it was never in it before, but that there is a 5th member. She never spoke. Never spoke, but she's in it. She doesn't appear on the credits, but she's in it. Again, look it up. These are all for you to look up on YouTube. This isn't the stuff I found out, this is other people who's found it out, and I've just been watching it because I found it fascinating, these things that have changed. Does anyone remember the American sitcom that won loads of Emmys and things like that? It had Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker in it. Say that again?
Sex in the City.
Are you sure that's what it was called? In fact, I was in one of the charity shops the other day, and there was a DVD for that particular series, and it's called Sex and the City.
As long as it's been
That might have been for you. You're from this reality. You're not from ours. You're an alien, or we're aliens as well. But either way, it's always been for those that experiencing the Mandela effect. Sex in the City. Although, if you check up now, it's always been Sex and the City. Another one. This one is in here. Who remembers the vampire movie with Tom Cruise? What's it called? Interview
with the vampire.
With a vampire. Interview with. That's how I recall it. Not called that. It's Interview with the Vampire. Now, going back to Sex in the City, again, if you look this up yourself, if you do look into it, you'll find people put loads of stuff out about it, and some of them are where they go to get their Emmys and the rewards for being overpaid and acting like idiots. But anyway, they, one of the commentators was one of these American where he sits down and talks to people. Dave Letterman, one of them's there, and he said. And he's announcing the rewards for these things, and he goes, and the winner is Sarah Jessica Parker for Sex in the City. Now these are remnants that are left behind. If I go back to the VW badge slightly, when I was doing the talk about the VW badge, I never actually put it out, but the VW badge was like that, and I was explaining that. That video, which I've still got, has now got a line between the V and the W. So why would I be explaining that type of VW when it's got a line between it? Oh, because it never had it between it. Forrest Gump. We all know Forrest Gump. What's the line right at the beginning? It's 3 minutes into the film where he's sat on the bench next to a black lady and he's talking about the box of chocolates. What line did he say?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Are you sure of that?
I know it was.
Oh, it was. That's quite right. It was. Life is like a box of chocolates. Now, and apparently it always has been, it's life was like a box of chocolates. It's only one word difference, but these words, I mean, that sentence, life is like a box of chocolates, is remembered by everyone. Something else that has changed, this brings it a little bit more for the sci-fi type guys. Star Wars. You all seen Star Wars? In the 3rd episode, I think it is, The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke gets his hand chopped off, and Darth Vader's talking to him while he's sat on that, or stood sat on that pedal thing about to fall to his death. And Luke says, yeah, Obi-Wan told me what you did. You killed my father. And Darth Vader says, what does Darth Vader say to him?
Luke, I am your father.
No. That's what it used to say. Now it says, no, I am your father. C-3PO. Do you all remember which robot C-3PO is? It's not the little...
The camp one.
That one. What colour was it?
Silver.
Gold.
Silver, gold, white. Right. You could all be right as far as I'm aware. I remember him being gold. All gold.
Yeah,
Right.
all gold, yeah.
Now, he's got a silver bottom right leg. And apparently he always has had. Now, when I was looking into this, I was looking through some of the bloopers from Star Wars, and in that, you see one where C-3PO is walking along and he falls over a sign. Obviously that's an outtake. But in that, he's got all gold body. And there's even toys around with him, and if you look up, like I said, the Truth Juice Hull video I did, which was first about the debt side of things, and then the second half was about the Mandela effect. And I put pictures up of all this, so if you have a look at that, you'll see all these pictures which show you that things have changed. One of the things that have changed that is really sort of on the edge type thing is if you know anything about geography. Now, if that was North America, and you've got this little squiggly bit down there, and South America is somewhere down like that, or was. Now it's moved over here. And also the evidence for this is that Cuba has moved over to the left and is now directly below Florida. Australia has moved. Australia used to be further south. Now it's so far up, it's virtually touching the Philippines. And again, if you keep your eyes out when you're watching films or whatever, and you see any maps, just pause it and look at the maps, because some of the maps haven't changed to the way it is now. So, well, this is stuff you've got to look at, and the more you look into it, the more weird and crazy it becomes. But it's also interesting. There's a video on YouTube. It was made by the guys that work at CERN, and it's to the tune of Happy. You know, we are happy. And in that, there's one of the scientists is sat there with two signs around his neck, and one of the signs says Mandela on it. Whether he knows what's gone off, he knows things have changed, and he's trying to tell us or not, I don't know, but it seems a very strange thing to have around your neck. He's sat down, grey bearded bloke, and he's got a sign Mandela. There are many, many other things that have changed, and some of them are so subtle that you wouldn't even know. It's like the VW badge and the Ford badge. Unless you actually went out to look, you wouldn't notice this little change. The change in the title, so just the interview with a vampire to interview with the vampire. Mirror, mirror on the wall. That's a classic. Everyone remembers Mirror, mirror on the wall, apart from those that were from this dimension. And the reason I say that, what?
Just a question that's come to my head. There's a thing out there where they've traced all of the supposed people that died in the Challenger shuttle explosion.
And they're all alive.
Is that possibly because of this? Because it did happen in one but not in the other?
It's quite possible. I mean, I know exactly what you're on about. I saw the video where it shows them what they look like now. And they are definitely the ones that are supposed to have died. The other possibility, and probably more likely possibility, is that no one's ever actually been up in the shuttle because it's too dangerous. You know, apart from the fact that There are some that say that they saw some sort of light beam hitting the shuttle before it exploded.
Yeah.
So whether it was attacked by some exotic weapon, I've no idea. While we're talking about exotic weapons, actually, one of the best books you'll ever read is Judy Wood's Where Did the Towers Go? I mean, I thought I knew what was going on with it. I knew it wasn't what we were told, but you know, you go along with the story of what you believe, and when you realise how it happened, it makes sense that it would be the way that we used to think it. However, I've changed my opinion on it, and I now believe what Dr. Judy Wood says is absolutely spot on. Fantastic book, and you should seriously get it and read it. I've read it, and it changed my belief on what actually happened. I still know it wasn't 19 Muslim terrorists controlled by some bloke in a cave in Afghanistan over the phone, organising the biggest terrorist activity that ever happened in America, apart from Pearl Harbor, which of course they all know about, which we all know again.
9 of them have turned up as well, haven't they?
9/11, yeah, it's, the more you look into this stuff, the more you realise that we have been lied to. In fact, the way I look at things is anything that we've been told in the past, flip it round 180 degrees and you'll be far closer to what the truth really is.
So is it true that, or at least, is this what we've found so far, that everything that's changed has changed in fiction? Sort of like...
No, because the Ford badge and the VW...
No, but they're still, if you like, they're not... I mean, yeah, they've changed that, but it's not something that's nature. Nothing in nature has changed.
Yeah,
It's all
there's, there's a new cat species called the Lycoy cat.
Alright.
This cat looks like a werewolf.
Right.
It's got webbed feet,
Wow.
and it was never spoken about before 2010. Now 2010 is quite significant as well, because 2010 was the first time the Mandela effect was actually reported on YouTube. That was by a lady who realised that she'd remembered Nelson Mandela dying back in the 90s, and yet he was still here and alive. Since then, it's got more and more people looking into it, and we're finding more and more things that have changed. And again, they're just subtle things, but it's things that, if you didn't realise that something had changed, you'd just think, oh, I must have memorised it wrong, you know. Maybe it was Magic Mirror on the wall, where we all know it was never Magic Mirror, it was Mirror Mirror. There are other things that have changed, other species that were thought to be extinct are miraculously reappearing. Now, I think that probably is because of the Mandela effect, because in this reality, maybe they didn't wipe all the species out. Maybe they just had some more feelings for it. So things have changed in almost everything, and look to things. Everything you see now, pay more attention to it. It's no good with that one over there, because we were in the pub and they've changed things in the pub, our local. They cut a barrier down and she didn't notice. They changed tables, she didn't notice. I had to point it out. So, you know, you've got to be observant, but you've got to pay attention to this stuff. Because if it's true and we are in a different reality, and one of the theories is that the reality that those that remember the things the way they used to be, that Earth got destroyed. Whether it did or not, I have no idea, but I know things have changed, and I would like to think they've changed for the better. I think we're about to go through some massive changes this year. Everything's ramping up for a crescendo, and it just takes one of the things that are coming together, and we all know everything is fraudulent. The police are corrupt, the courts are corrupt, the councils are corrupt, Parliament's full of paedophiles. We all know this stuff. We've got to start talking to others, because I mean, I've done my bit. I go out and do these talks and talk to people and tell them so that they can go and do their own research. If you don't believe what I say, you've got to go and check it out for yourself. And then the time is long gone where we can say, well, I'm not going to talk to my neighbour because he might laugh at me, think I'm mad. Time's run, it's gone. If you don't start talking to people now and getting them to do their own research, this could go down the pan. We could end up as all dead or slaves, which is what their plan is. So it's down to you all now to start talking to people and forget about them going, oh, he's crazy, he thinks this, he thinks that. They've called me crazy pretty much all my life anyway, and I guess I'd have to be crazy to come back to this place. But here I am. So I've given it one more go, and if I don't change things this time, I'm not coming back. Right, any questions on that? There's loads more stuff out there, but that's all I can think of at the time being. Any more questions on that stuff that we've talked about? Great, well I think we'll call that a day then, for me.